About 2 years ago, I ended up trying something called ceremonial grade cacao. And when I tried this for the first time, I had an incredible experience. But before then, I had already taken normal cacao. But at this point, I didn't realize that there was another version of it, a version that was very potent. And I ended up writing an article titled Ceremonial Grade Cacao is Powerful. And this is what I said. Around 10 years ago, I would add something called cacao to some of the drinks that I would make. This was a time when I would usually have an oat and milk smoothie for breakfast, and adding cacao would give me a break from the usual taste. The years went by and I stopped having this combination for breakfast, and I stopped using cacao. This all changed a few years ago when I started to put cacao in water and coconut milk and have it as a hot drink. When I started consuming it in this way, I was taken aback by how much of an effect it had on my mind and body. It was clear that this wasn't just another drink, it was something special. Once I had made this drink and started to drink it, it wouldn't take long until I felt more relaxed and experienced positive feelings. It was as though I had gone into an altered state of consciousness. After doing some research, I came to see that cacao was high in magnesium, among other things. I was then able to feel more at ease thanks to how much magnesium was entering my body. From this point on, I knew that I needed to drink it if I wanted to feel better or my magnesium levels were low. I didn't know that there was another type of cacao at this stage, or that the type I was drinking wasn't the best version. At the end of last year, a friend told me about another version, ceremonial grade cacao. I knew that there were cacao ceremonies, but what I didn't know was that another type of cacao was used during these events. I soon looked into this type, and what I learned was that the type of cacao I had been drinking was the highly processed version. The natural fiber and fat is removed, which can cause it to overstimulate the nervous system and be hard for the liver and digestive tract to handle. The ceremonial grade version doesn't have the fiber or fat removed. The beans have just been fermented and lightly cooked or dried by the sun. This leads to a more balanced and longer lasting experience. Unlike the refined version, this version is used to open the heart and allow someone to experience a sense of love and connection. In other words, it is a way for someone to open up their heart chakra, fourth chakra, and to become more loving to others and themselves. The first time I tried this version, I used 40 grams and I had an incredible experience. As with the other version, I felt very relaxed, but what was different was I felt very connected to my emotional self, really good and very loving. This lasted for about 2 hours, and then I ended up feeling a bit edgy for a short while afterwards. I suspect that this was primarily because of the caffeine content that was in the cacao. Having now had this experience on more than one occasion, I would say that ceremonial grade cacao can greatly assist someone on their healing journey. If they want to develop a better connection to their body and their emotional self, and to develop increased self-love, or to become more loving, this will probably assist them. Regardless of what they experience through drinking this version of cacao and what part of the experience stays with them, it will almost certainly leave a mark on them. It will show them that there is another way to experience life. They will have a new version of themselves with which to connect with. So after reading that, it has reminded me of how many years ago when I used the powder, I didn't really notice much of an effect from the normal cacao, but then once I started having it as a drink, it soon started to show me how powerful it was. And then once I started to use a ceremonial grade version, it went up a notch or a number of notches, and I came to see how powerful this version was. So as I've said, if you are looking to develop a better connection with yourself, to develop more self-love, more love for others, then this is certainly something that will help you to do this and to open up your heart. And it has been said that it's best to use this in the morning on an empty stomach or in the afternoon, because if it is consumed in the evening, then it can be hard for someone to get to sleep at night. And there's also been said that due to one or a number of ingredients in ceremonial grey cacao, that if someone is on antidepressants or other medication like this, that it is best that they don't use ceremonial grey cacao, because this can cause problems. So if you want to use this, if you are intrigued and perhaps can't wait to start using ceremonial grey cacao and you haven't tried it before, then it will be a good idea for you to do your own research before you go down this path, because this can be very powerful. And if you do go down this route, I'm sure that you will get a lot from it, and perhaps you have already tried this and you know how powerful this can be. And if you haven't tried it and you're going to try it, then I hope that this assists you on your healing journey. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.